Hello everyone, welcome back to our Django REST framework tutorial. In this video, we will learn how to secure your APIs using token authentication and JWT authentication. We will explain everything in a simple and easy way with code examples and real demo. So let's get started. Let's see what is JWT authentication. First, authentication means making sure that the user who they say they are. It helps protect our API so that only logged in users can use certain features like viewing private data or adding content. The Django REST framework gives us different ways to do this. Let's take a quick look. First is session authentication. It uses the Django's logging system. Then token authentication. It gives each user a unique token. And in JWT authentication, uses a digital key token that never needs to be saved on the server. In this video, we will focus on the JWT authentication. What is token authentication? It is very simple. When user logging, they get a token like an access pass. They must send this token with every API request. If the token is valid, the request is allowed. Think of it like a movie ticket. No ticket, then no entry. Now, let's see, let's dive into the JWT authentication. For this, we have to install the JWT authentication package. For this, open your terminal and run the command to use the JWT authentication. We need to install a package first. For this, run pip install Django REST framework. Simple JWT. Type this in your terminal. This package helps Django handle JWT tokens. Now, next, we have to add JWT to our settings.py file. This tells Django to use JWT authentication. Let's see how to add it. For this, copy this code from here. Inside your settings.py, token is added. We don't need this. Actually, we add it inside the authentication classes here. Let me copy this also instead of that, and REST framework underscore simple JWT underscore simple JWT authentication dot JWT authentication. Copy this and paste it here. Okay, and delete this. Okay, save this one. Now first we are using token authentication here, and second we are adding JWT authentication. So Django will support both at the same time. Now what is the next step? We have to add the JWT URLs to project. For this, let's add URL to get and refresh JWT tokens. In our bookstore project, urls.py, we have to add it here. Now, after this, we have to add this URL pattern for getting the access and refresh token using token obtain pair view and token refresh view. Paste it here. Replace this comma with actual compatible comma of the VS Code. Replace all. Also replace this. replace all. Now, here, these URLs will help log in and get access plus refresh tokens. Refresh your token when it expires. Let's see how to get JWT token login. Now let's test it out using a postman. Open your postman. We send a post request to a URL. Which We send a post request to our URL which we have created here to access the refresh token and access token. API JWT. In Postman, I will take a new request. Inside it, on the URL JWT API JWT slash, and inside our body we will give it a raw data as JSON, username and password. Let me copy this from, yes, let me copy this and paste it here. Now we have to send a post request for this to get the access and the refresh token. Now send a request. Let me run server first. Every time you need to run the server, otherwise it will not work. Python manage.py run server. Now server is running now. Now send a request again. You will see that the refresh token and access token is displayed. Now we have successfully generated the refresh and success access token using our JWT tokens. Now we will use this data JWT to access APIs. To use the token, we have to send it in the authorization header. Let me send a new request. Copy this from here. I'm doing this for your understanding. Otherwise, you can send the same request on the same endpoint also. So now on this URL, inside the header, I will provide authorization, and inside it value, I will provide the access token. This is our access token. Copy this. We have to write first bearer and then token. Only token. You have to paste here only token and nothing else. Now authorization bearer. This tells Django that I'm verified user. Please let me in. So what this do? This access token will give us the new refresh token when when our token is expired. So if your token expire, don't worry, you can get a new one using the refresh token. So let me send a request. We have to send a post request. We have to send the refresh token actually. Copy this from here. To get a new access token, we need to send the refresh token. Send a request again. Field is required, password field is required. We also need to send a username and password, which we have sent here in our body. Now send a request again. Yes, now you can see we have get our new refresh token and access token. After this, let's see authenticate API request with JWT. Now using this access token, we can access the APIs. Let's see how we can access it. Let me make a new request here. Paste the URL. Inside headers, authorization, bearer token, bearer, and you have to add here the access token. Now you have to send the request on any of the URL. Let me send on custom list. Send a get request and you will see the list of books. You can see our token is expired here. That's why it is showing that the token is expired message. For this, to generate a new token, you can see to refresh our expired token, we have to send a post request, and inside our body we have to send the refresh token as writing refresh and the refresh token, and then we will get the response as new access token. So let's do it in our postman. Send a new request inside our body. Inside the body we have to send this. Control C. Inside the body, inside the raw, paste it here. Inside the curly braces. Okay. Like this, we have to send a post request to generate a new token on the API. Let me check a URL first. To get a refresh token, this is our endpoint to get the refresh token. API JWT refresh. API JWT refresh. Now send a request. After sending the request, you will get a new access token. You can see we have now our new access token. Copy this from here and paste it where we want to get the API. So I will paste it here to getting the book list. Now I will send a request. You can see all the books are accessible. So yeah, that's it for all. Now you know how to use token in JWT authentication in Django REST framework. What is now let's wrap up what we have did today. We have did JWT authentication. Practically, we have seen how it works, how it is a powerful and stateless and great for security, and it always protect your APIs using some form of authentication. Now it is actual different of token authentication and JWT authentication. In token authentication, user log in, the server gives the tokens, and this server has to store this token in the database to check later. But in JWT authentication, user log in and server give the token, and this token already includes the user information and expiry. So no database lookup is needed. Think of token authentication like a library card. The librarian check it against their database each time. And think of JWT authentication like a passport. It already has your photo, name, and expiry. So it can be verified quickly anywhere. So yeah, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.